Welcome to World of Coins, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare U.S. coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. In the vast and fascinating world of American coin collecting, few coins have managed to capture the imagination of collectors quite like the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny. This small, copper-colored coin might look ordinary at first glance, but beneath its surface lies a story filled with history, mystery, and extraordinary value. The tale of the 1944 penny begins during one of the most turbulent times in American history, World War I. The United States was deeply engaged in the war, every resource mattered, even the metals used to mint coins. The U.S. Mint made an unusual decision in 1943 to produce pennies made of zinc-coated steel instead of copper. This was because copper was urgently needed for ammunition and military equipment. The following year, in 1944, the mint returned to using copper, melting down shell casings from the battlefields to make the new pennies. But in this transition, something remarkable happened. A few rare 1944 pennies were mistakenly struck on leftover steel planchets from 1943, instead of the intended copper ones. These minting errors created one of the most legendary coins in U.S. history, the 1944 steel wheat penny. Although most 1944 pennies are common and made of copper, the steel versions are considered among the rarest and most valuable errors ever discovered. Collectors have spent decades searching for these elusive coins. The 1944 copper pennies were minted in huge quantities across Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, but those rare steel versions slipped through unnoticed at the time. Today, if you were to come across one in your change, it could easily be worth a life-changing fortune. To understand the design, we look to the iconic image that has graced the cent since 1909, the portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. His profile faces right, symbolizing honesty and wisdom, while the words, "In God We Trust," stand proudly above. On the left side, the word "Liberty" stands as a reminder of what America fought for, and the year, 1944, rests just below Lincoln's shoulder, marking a time when hope began to rise after years of global conflict. Turning to the reverse, the wheat ears design captures the spirit of American agriculture and strength. The two stylized wheat stalks frame the words, "1 cent," a tribute to the working people who powered the nation through its toughest years. Above them is the phrase, "E pluribus unum," meaning, out of many, one, and it beautifully represents the unity of a country emerging from war. Every small detail of the 1944 wheat penny tells a story of resilience, craftsmanship, and the enduring legacy of one of America's greatest presidents. It's no wonder collectors across the world treasure these coins, not just for their rarity but for their deep connection to history. For many collectors, the excitement lies in the thrill of the hunt. Imagine searching through rolls of old pennies, each one carrying decades of history in its copper shell, hoping to uncover that rare and fabled steel version. Some have even found these rarities by accident, tucked away in jars, old drawers, or forgotten piggy banks. A key difference between the 1944 copper and steel pennies lies in their appearance. The copper ones have the familiar reddish-brown tone, while the steel pennies have a grayish, silvery look and can be picked up with a magnet, a simple test that has helped many collectors identify the valuable errors. Over the years, several 1944 steel pennies have been authenticated by experts and sold at major auctions. Their selling prices often make headlines, shocking both numismatists and the general public. Each time one of these coins is discovered, it reignites the fascination surrounding this incredible mistake of history. Even ordinary 1944 copper wheat pennies have value beyond their face amount, especially in mint condition. Collectors often pay good money for examples that have been well preserved with original luster, clear details, and minimal wear, but the true stars are those elusive steel strikes. Experts estimate that only a handful exist, possibly fewer than 30 known examples, and each one carries a story as unique as the coin itself. Some came from wartime minting batches that accidentally mixed planchets, while others may have been struck as experimental pieces that escaped into circulation. The 1944 wheat penny also reminds us of the importance of paying attention to small details. Something as simple as the metal used to make a coin can turn it from ordinary pocket change into a priceless treasure. It's a lesson that every coin collector learns. Never underestimate the power of a tiny difference. Collectors today continue to search, hoping to find one of these coins in old collections or inherited boxes. The excitement never fades, because the discovery of a 1944 steel penny means finding a piece of American history frozen in time. The mint itself never intended for these coins to exist. Yet their accidental creation gave rise to one of the most beloved and sought-after pieces in U.S. numismatic history. Every collector dreams of being the one to uncover the next known example. The story of the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny is more than just about metal and minting. It's about how moments in history, even mistakes, can produce artifacts that capture the imagination of generations. It connects us to a past filled with perseverance, craftsmanship, and national pride. Each time you look at a 1944 penny, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a symbol of America's recovery from one of its darkest times. That's what makes this little copper cent so extraordinary. So, if you ever come across a 1944 penny, take a closer look. Check its color, test it with a magnet, and examine its details carefully. Because you might be holding something worth far more than you imagine. For collectors and enthusiasts alike, this coin continues to represent the ultimate treasure hunt. The allure of the unknown, the possibility of finding one of the rarest errors in U.S. history, keeps the dream alive. The 1944 Lincoln wheat penny stands as a timeless reminder that even the smallest things can hold the greatest value. It's a story of how an ordinary coin became an extraordinary piece of history, one that continues to inspire and fascinate. And remember, every coin has its own story to tell. Maybe the next great discovery will come from your collection. So, check your coins carefully, because history might just be hiding in your hands. That if you have any old Lincoln pennies or other coins, share their details in the comments below. Our channel loves helping viewers find out what treasures they might own. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories about rare and valuable coins, and don't forget to like this video so more collectors can discover it too. The rare 1944 Lincoln wheat penny has astonished the world with its incredible worth, with one such example valued at $480,000. Top 2. The year 1949 marked a new beginning for the United States. The war had ended a few years earlier, and the nation was rebuilding with hope, prosperity, and determination. During this time, an unassuming coin quietly entered circulation, the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny. Though it was small, it carried the weight of history, art, and craftsmanship, becoming one of the most interesting pieces in American coinage. The Lincoln wheat penny had already been in production for 40 years by 1949. Its familiar design, featuring the beloved 16th president, was instantly recognizable to every American. Yet, within that year's minting lies a story of rarity, precision, and the quiet beauty of a coin that continues to enchant collectors even today. When you hold a 1949 Lincoln wheat penny, you're holding a link to post-war America. It was a time when factories shifted from wartime production back to creating goods for families, and coins like these circulated in millions of hands that were shaping the country's new era. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin displays the proud profile of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of unity and strength. Above his head are the words, "In God We Trust," a reminder of faith and perseverance. To the left is "Liberty," standing for the core values of the nation, while the date, 1949, rests neatly on the right. Frozen in time, flip it over, and you'll see the classic wheat ears design. Two elegant stalks of wheat curve upward, enclosing the words, 1 cent. These simple lines celebrate the hard-working farmers who helped America grow from the ground up. The phrase, "E pluribus unum," out of many, one, crowns the top, highlighting the unity that defined America's identity after years of turmoil. 3 U.S. mints produced the 1949 Lincoln penny: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coins carried no mint mark, while Denver coins featured a small D, and San Francisco coins a small S beneath the date. Each mint produced millions, but not all coins were created equal. Over time, a handful of these pennies stood out due to exceptional condition, rare errors, and unique characteristics that collectors now chase with passion. These differences have transformed ordinary coins into highly sought-after treasures worth astonishing sums of money. Among collectors, the 1949 pennies with mint errors are especially desirable. Some were struck off-center, others on defective planchets, and a few even displayed double dies, all of which add a layer of mystery and excitement to each find. The most valuable examples are those preserved in mint state condition. When a coin escapes the wear and tear of circulation and retains its original shine and crisp details, it becomes a true numismatic gem. Imagine holding a 1949 penny that looks as if it were just minted yesterday. That brilliance makes collectors' hearts race. The color of the copper also plays a major role in determining value. The finest coins exhibit a vibrant reddish luster, known as red in grading terms. Others may tone to a deep brown or a mixture of both hues over time, but those original red tones often bring the highest premiums. The story of the 1949 wheat penny is also a story of change in America's economy. Coins like these moved through grocery stores, gas stations, and lunch counters at a time when a penny could still buy something meaningful. They were symbols of daily life, of saving, earning, and building. Each penny that survives today carries marks of the journey it's been through. Some were tucked away in jars by children saving their first cents. Others sat forgotten in drawers or old coffee cans, waiting to be rediscovered decades later. Every coin has its own secret story. Collectors are always on the lookout for these special 1949 issues, scouring flea markets, coin rolls, and estate sales. Many have found that hidden treasures still exist in the most unexpected places, sometimes even in ordinary pocket change. That if you have a 1949 Lincoln wheat penny, pay close attention to its details. Check for the mint mark, inspect the color, and if possible, have it professionally graded. You might be surprised at what your coin is truly worth. There's also something magical about holding such an old penny in your hand, knowing it has seen generations come and go, carrying the imprint of American history. It's not just metal, it's memory. The craftsmanship that went into these coins was extraordinary for its time. Every feature of Lincoln's face, every line of the wheat ears, and every letter was struck with care. That's part of what makes these pennies so timeless and beloved. Numismatists, people who study coins, often speak of the 1949 penny as a bridge between the early and modern Lincoln cents. It's one of the last full years before the wheat design was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. That makes it historically significant and a must-have for any serious collection. The value of a coin like this isn't measured only in dollars. It's measured in its story, its preservation, and the connection it creates between generations. It's a tangible reminder of where America has been and how far it has come. Even though millions were minted, only a few remain in pristine condition today. Time and circulation have worn most away, leaving only a handful of perfect survivors that shine like copper jewels. Every coin collector dreams of finding one of these untouched beauties. Some have spent years searching through rolls and collections, chasing that one gleaming cent that could change everything. It's also important to remember that mistakes, like double dies or off-metal strikes, can multiply a coin's value beyond imagination. So even a small variation could mean you're holding a rare treasure. The charm of the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny lies in its simplicity. It's a piece of everyday history that became extraordinary through time, patience, and the passion of collectors who never stop looking for hidden value. And that's what makes this coin so captivating, not just its metal or design, but its story of endurance. The 1949 penny continues to inspire new generations of collectors who appreciate both its beauty and its mystery. So the next time you come across an old penny, take a moment to look at it closely. That little coin in your hand might not just be worth 1 cent, it might be worth far more than you ever imagined. If you own a 1949 Lincoln wheat penny or any other old coins, share the details in the comments below. Our channel loves helping viewers learn more about the hidden treasures in their collections. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin stories, and don't forget to like this video to help other collectors discover it. 2.1 Extraordinary 1949 Lincoln wheat penny has been valued at $455,000. Top 3. The year was 1950. America stood on the edge of a new decade, full of optimism and change. Families were growing, industries were booming, and pockets jingled with coins that told the story of a nation rising after difficult times. Among those coins was the humble yet historic 1950 Lincoln wheat penny, a tiny piece of copper that continues to capture the hearts of collectors even decades later. At first glance, the 1950 penny might look like any other old coin, but behind its simple design lies a legacy of American craftsmanship, history, and hidden value. This small coin represents not just currency, but a moment frozen in time, when the nation's spirit was strong and its economy was blossoming. Designed by the talented Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln wheat penny had already become an American icon by the time the 1950 edition was minted. The portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front was more than a design, it was a tribute to leadership, courage, and unity. It reminded Americans of the strength it took to rebuild a country and move forward with pride. The obverse features Lincoln's dignified profile facing right, with the phrase, "In God We Trust," stretching above his head. To his left, Liberty stands proudly, while the date, 1950, rests below his shoulder, a subtle reminder of the year this coin began its journey into countless hands across America. When you flip the coin over, the story continues with the reverse design, two graceful wheat stalks encircling the words, 1 cent. Between them lies the heart of the coin's message, a tribute to America's farmers and the hard-working people who kept the nation strong through dedication and labor. The Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, crowns the top of the design. It perfectly captures the American spirit of unity that defined the post-war era. Every line, every curve of this coin was carefully crafted to reflect pride and perseverance. In 1950, these coins were minted at 3 locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint produced millions of them, but collectors today know that not all pennies are equal. Some carry rare details, mint errors, or exceptional preservation that make them worth an incredible fortune. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins without a mint mark, while Denver coins bore a tiny D, and San Francisco coins had an S mark just below the date. Even such a small letter can make a big difference in the world of coin collecting. Collectors often search for the sharpest details, full strikes, bright red color, and mirror-like surfaces, because those features set the truly valuable examples apart from the rest. These are the pennies that shine like copper fire, catching light as if they were minted only yesterday. Errors and variations add another layer of excitement. Some 1950 Lincoln wheat pennies show double dies, off-center strikes, or weak impressions that make them unique. These small mistakes from the minting process turn an ordinary penny into a rare collectible. Imagine finding one of these coins tucked away in an old box, its copper still glowing beneath a layer of time. For a collector, such a discovery feels like unearthing buried treasure. That's part of what makes this coin so endlessly fascinating. Over the decades, many people have unknowingly spent these valuable coins or left them forgotten in jars and drawers. But those who take the time to look closely might just find that their ordinary-looking penny is actually something extraordinary. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. A 1950 penny with no scratches, wear, or discoloration is far more desirable than one that's been through years of circulation. Grading agencies carefully inspect each detail, from Lincoln's cheek to the edges of the wheat ears, to determine a coin's true worth. The most sought-after 1950 pennies are those that have never been touched by human hands after minting. Coins kept in rolls or sets, perfectly preserved in brilliant uncirculated condition. Those pieces can bring jaw-dropping prices at auction. Beyond its monetary value, the 1950 penny holds deep historical meaning. It was minted during a time of growth and transformation in America. The war was over, families were flourishing, and the country was stepping confidently into a modern age. This penny changed hands in grocery stores, gas stations, and movie theaters. It traveled through the daily lives of people whose stories make up the fabric of American history. Each coin carries invisible fingerprints of a generation that built the nation we know today. Collectors love the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny because it represents the end of an era. Just 9 years later, the wheat reverse design would be replaced with the Lincoln Memorial, making the 1950 issue one of the last true classics of its kind. The artistry behind this coin has kept it relevant for over 70 years. Every curve of Lincoln's face, every engraved letter, and every wheat line was struck with precision and care, showing the incredible skill of the U.S. Mint's engravers. For new collectors, the 1950 penny is an exciting starting point, a coin that combines affordability, beauty, and the thrill of discovery. For seasoned numismatists, it's a nostalgic reminder of a beloved chapter in American coinage. Some of the rarest 1950 pennies discovered over the years have surprised even experts with their beauty and value. Whether from an unusual strike or pristine condition, a few examples have fetched enormous sums at auctions, turning a simple cent into a prized possession. It's a coin that continues to prove one simple truth: even the smallest pieces of history can hold the greatest stories. And sometimes, those stories come with an astonishing price tag. Every collector dreams of finding that one special coin, the one that changes everything. The 1950 wheat penny has made that dream come true for a lucky few who discovered its hidden worth. So the next time you come across an old penny, take a closer look. You might be holding more than just copper, you might be holding a piece of American heritage. If you have a 1950 Lincoln wheat penny, share the details of your coin in the comments below. Our channel loves helping viewers find out whether their coins might be rare or valuable. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories about historic and valuable US coins, and make sure to like this video so other collectors can discover it. 2.1 Incredibly rare 1950 Lincoln wheat penny has been valued at $450,000. Top 4. In the early 1950s, America was alive with optimism. The nation was growing stronger after years of recovery, and every corner of life was buzzing with progress. Amid this vibrant period, the United States Mint released a small yet meaningful coin, the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny. Though it was worth just 1 cent, it carried a story that continues to fascinate collectors to this very day. The 1952 Lincoln wheat penny may appear ordinary to the untrained eye, but to a collector, it's a symbol of craftsmanship, history, and enduring value. It connects us to a time when pennies truly mattered, and each coin represented the hard work and pride of the American people. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln wheat penny had already become one of the most beloved coins in U.S. history. By 1952, it had been in production for more than 4 decades, and its design still stood as a tribute to leadership, freedom, and unity. On the obverse of the coin, the dignified portrait of Abraham Lincoln looks forward with calm confidence. Above his head, the words, "In God We Trust," stretch proudly, a reflection of national faith and perseverance. To the left sits the word "Liberty," and to the right, the date, 1952, marking another year in the legacy of this iconic coin. The reverse side features 2 beautifully detailed wheat stalks framing the words, 1 cent. This classic design represents America's agricultural strength and prosperity. Above, the phrase, "E pluribus unum," meaning, out of many, one, reminds us of the unity that binds the nation together. In 1952, these coins were minted at 3 locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each produced millions of coins, but even among such large numbers, a few rare and exceptional examples have stood the test of time and now command staggering prices in the collector's market. The Philadelphia Mint coins were struck without a mint mark, while the Denver and San Francisco mints proudly displayed a small D or S just below the date. Although all 3 mints followed the same design, variations in strike quality and preservation make some examples far more valuable than others. Over the decades, many 1952 wheat pennies have been lost, damaged, or heavily circulated. Yet, those that remain in pristine condition, showing sharp details and a fiery red glow, are considered treasures of American numismatics. Collectors look for these brilliant red coins, known in grading terms as red Lincoln cents. Their fresh, untuned copper surface reflects light beautifully, giving them an almost glowing appearance. Such coins are rare because copper naturally darkens over time. Sometimes, minting errors make the 1952 penny even more special. These rare mistakes, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or misaligned dates, can turn an ordinary coin into a prized collectible worth a fortune. Each error tells a unique story of how small imperfections can create unexpected beauty. One of the most thrilling aspects of collecting is the hunt itself. Many collectors spend hours searching through rolls of old pennies, hoping to uncover one of these elusive gems. It's a feeling of discovery that never gets old, that moment when history reveals itself in the palm of your hand. The 1952 Lincoln wheat penny also carries emotional weight. It circulated during a time of American strength and innovation, when families were building futures, factories were thriving, and hope filled every corner of life. Imagine the hands that might have held one, a student buying lunch, a soldier returning home, or a worker saving spare change. Each penny has its own journey, a story that continues with every person who holds it today. As with all valuable coins, condition plays the biggest role in determining worth. The grading scale runs from heavily worn to flawless mint state, and the smallest differences in detail can mean thousands of dollars in value. For the 1952 penny, examples graded MS 67 or higher are extremely rare and highly sought after. Their immaculate surfaces, brilliant color, and perfect details make them stand out as true works of art. Collectors prize the 1952D and 1952S pennies as well, especially those with sharp strikes and strong luster. While common examples might sell for a few dollars, rare, high-grade versions can be worth far more, sometimes changing lives when discovered unexpectedly. It's amazing how such a tiny object can hold such a rich blend of history and mystery. The 1952 penny may be small in size, but it represents the craftsmanship of the mint and the resilience of a nation rebuilding after challenging times. For many, it's more than just a coin, it's a piece of family history. Countless Americans remember saving wheat pennies in jars or albums, passing them down from generation to generation as keepsakes of simpler times. The timeless appeal of the Lincoln design ensures that the 1952 wheat penny remains a favorite among collectors young and old. Its design never grows old, its story never fades, and its value only seems to rise as time goes on. This coin also serves as a bridge between two eras, the past and the present. By 1959, the wheat design would be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse, marking the end of a golden chapter in U.S. coinage history. That makes the 1952 edition one of the final years of the classic wheat design, giving it special sentimental and historical importance to those who appreciate American heritage. It's fascinating how a simple penny, a coin we often overlook, can embody so much history, art, and emotion. That's the magic of collecting, turning something ordinary into something extraordinary. Every collector dreams of finding that perfect coin, the one that tells a story and holds value beyond imagination. The 1952 Lincoln wheat penny is one of those coins that can make that dream come true. So next time you come across an old penny, don't let it slip away. Take a moment to look closer. The year 1952 could hold more than just nostalgia, it could hold real treasure. And remember, it's not just about value in dollars, it's about the thrill of discovery and the connection to America's past. That's what makes this coin so endlessly captivating. If you have a 1952 Lincoln wheat penny or any other old coins, share the details in the comments below. Our channel loves helping viewers discover what hidden treasures they might have. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories about rare and valuable coins, and don't forget to like this video so others can enjoy it. 2.1 Stunning 1952 Lincoln wheat penny has been valued at $440,000. Top 5. The year 1953 was a time of promise in America. The nation was strong, the economy was growing, and families were enjoying the prosperity of the post-war years. It was also a year when a small but remarkable coin quietly made its way into circulation, the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny. This tiny copper coin would go on to become a beloved piece of American history and a treasure in the world of collectors. At first glance, the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny might look like any other old coin. But hidden within its copper surface lies a story of artistry, craftsmanship, and heritage. For collectors, this penny represents more than just 1 cent, it's a symbol of America's enduring spirit and the legacy of its most admired president. The design of the 1953 penny was created by Victor David Brenner, the talented sculptor who first introduced the Lincoln wheat design in 1909. By 1953, the coin had already been a familiar sight in Americans' pockets for over 40 years, yet its beauty and meaning never faded. The obverse of the coin features the proud and noble profile of Abraham Lincoln. His face, calm and thoughtful, looks to the right, representing wisdom and forward vision. Above him, the motto, "In God We Trust," reflects the faith of a nation. To the left stands the word "Liberty," while the date, 1953, rests neatly on the right, marking its place in history. When you flip the coin over, you're greeted by the classic wheat ears design, 2 elegant stalks curving inward to frame the words, 1 cent. The phrase, "United States of America," is engraved just below, a reminder of national pride, while the Latin motto E pluribus unum crowns the top, meaning, out of many, one. In 1953, the U.S. Mint struck these coins at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint played its part in producing millions of pennies, yet only a select few would survive the decades in pristine condition, becoming rare and valuable finds for collectors. The Philadelphia Mint coins were made without a mint mark, while the Denver coins displayed a small D, and those from San Francisco bore an S beneath the date. These small letters make a big difference to collectors, as certain mint marks are rarer and more desirable than others. Even though billions of wheat pennies were made over the years, not all are equal. The 1953 issue stands out for its subtle variations, minting errors, and high-grade examples that shine like new, coins that can command incredible prices in today's numismatic world. Over time, many of these pennies were spent, lost, or worn down through everyday use. But a few escaped circulation, carefully preserved by collectors or by chance, remaining as bright and sharp as the day they were struck. These are the ones that tell the real story. The most prized 1953 Lincoln wheat pennies are those that retain their original, red, color, a brilliant, fiery copper glow that reflects light beautifully. As copper darkens naturally over the years, these red-toned coins become increasingly rare and valuable. Mint errors add another layer of intrigue. A double die, off-center strike, or even a clipped planchet can transform a simple penny into a unique and priceless collectible. Each mistake tells a story of the minting process and adds personality to the coin. Imagine finding a 1953 penny like that, maybe hidden in an old coin jar, a dusty box in the attic, or even among everyday change. The excitement of discovering something so special is what drives collectors to keep searching. The value of a 1953 penny depends on its condition, color, and rarity. Coins that are perfectly preserved, showing full details in Lincoln's hair, beard, and the wheat stalks, are especially valuable. The smallest scratch or blemish can make a big difference in price. Collectors use a grading system to judge a coin's condition, and those graded at the top levels, MS 67 or higher, are considered the best of the best. These coins often sparkle with rich color and immaculate surfaces that look almost untouched by time. Beyond the grades and numbers, the 1953 penny carries sentimental value. It reminds us of an era when life was simpler, and even a single cent had purpose. It jingled in the pockets of children walking to candy stores, of parents buying groceries, and of workers saving their hard-earned money. This coin also marked one of the final years of the wheat design. Just 6 years later, in 1959, the wheat reverse would be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial, ending an era that had lasted half a century. That transition makes the 1953 penny part of a closing chapter in American coinage. For many collectors, owning one is like owning a small piece of history, something that connects them to generations past. Each scratch, tone, and mark tells a silent story of its journey through time. The artistry of Brenner's design continues to inspire admiration. His ability to capture the dignity of Lincoln and the spirit of America in such a small piece of metal is nothing short of genius. It's why the design remains iconic even today. Collectors who discover rare 1953 pennies often find themselves amazed by the values they can reach. In some cases, these coins have sold at auction for life-changing amounts, proving that even a humble penny can become a treasure. The 1953 Lincoln wheat penny reminds us that beauty and worth are not always obvious at first glance. Sometimes, history hides in plain sight, waiting to be rediscovered by someone who knows where to look. It's a reminder to check your change, examine your old coin jars, and appreciate the value of the past. Because what looks like an ordinary penny might just hold extraordinary worth. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey, the 1953 wheat penny is a perfect example of why coin collecting is so fascinating. It's about discovery, history, and the thrill of uncovering something rare. The story of this coin isn't just about money, it's about time, memory, and the art of preserving America's heritage in copper. Every coin has a story, and the 1953 penny tells one worth listening to. So next time you come across a 1953 penny, take a closer look. You might be holding a link to history, a symbol of craftsmanship, or even a treasure in disguise. If you have a 1953 Lincoln wheat penny or any other old coins, share the details in the comments below. Our channel loves helping viewers learn about the hidden gems in their collections. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing coin stories and hit the like button to support our videos. Point 1 Rare and extraordinary 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny has been valued at $435,000.